Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've
Cool.
tried checking it. Yeah. There are like two to
Yeah.
three good leads from there.
Yeah, so it looks like yeah, so it looks like Nev actually was one that didn't show up to the follow-up call. So it's gonna be very interesting to kind of see this how it goes. But it looks like we're getting a lot of like resources and like time constraints. So one thing that I'm trying to do um I'm trying to do is look at some stuff with the ads, specifically get some different retargeting ads going for like guides and stuff. I don't know though if the guide ads are like the best thing. Some people are saying like they use two steps with guides. So I think you said that you had a couple of people starting like reach out. I see people, different people saying like pricing. Some different people are saying go and like different various things that are being there. I guess like are you kind of seeing the same thing?
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing a couple, but most like people that are raising their hands, like the go's CTA specifically are like most of them are broke people for some reason.
Broke people are
But
international people.
yeah, like mostly third world countries.
But if you see a third world country, what we could probably do is we could probably block those accounts.
Just block them. Like not mute or anything, just block them. Or
I'd probably
restrict.
block it. I'd probably block it only because like we have enough um people like to make the profile look, look good. Like
Yeah,
if we had like zero followers, I'd say something different. But I mean, we already have what
yeah.
I think we got
1,000.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just keep track of how many of those guys you're blocking a day. Like if it gets to be like crazy, like we're blocking like 20, 30 people a day, like that's maybe we'll look at that. But at least for now, yeah, it's not terrible.
That's right. Yeah.
Accountant, yes. I'm going through your messages now. Also, I just saw Moreau's, just saw you came in. Hopefully you're doing well. So, reviewing some messages now. Yeah, I think it looks like we're getting some like pretty broke people. I talked to this guy
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, I talked to this guy yesterday. His name was Danush. I don't know if he came from I know Moroz, you said him. I don't know if he came from Facebook or Instagram. Maybe Moroz. One thing you can do is you can like label inside your and whenever like the booking comes through, if it says like your link, you can kind of say like whether it was like Instagram or Facebook you sent them from, so you can kind of do an analysis of like the two different lead sources. I believe that guy was from Instagram because he was Canadian. So we'll kind of see where those leads guys are coming from. Cool.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the patterns that like seen just the past, I guess just the past few days, like specifically Thursday, Friday, are people that are just starting from like starting doing bookkeeping, accounting for some reason, and they believe they need more experience for them to start their own thing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I've seen, like just a pattern, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the same thing that Cynthia Magia woman had. So I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing. So are they saying that they need more experience to get started, or are they saying question mark? So when you're doing your notes for the day, for the end of the day, do you track these different occurrences? So for example, you said okay from India slash developing nations, we had four people say go.
Mhm.
Like, are you tracking those qualitative stats each day?
Like not really to the T, but I'm just noticing them. If like
Right.
not a lot of them. Yeah, but if you want me to take note of them as well, like
Yeah,
how
if you
many
can.
people?
The only reason why is because like sometimes like it's easy for like a belief to kind of form if we see like three of something or
Yeah.
four of something, right? So for example, um, I used to play sports. I play like basketball, and one of my coaches
Mhm.
kind of pointed out to me as soon as someone makes like three pointers in a row, everyone starts saying shooter, and everyone tries to like block that person. It's like you don't actually know if that person's a shooter. They could have just got lucky in those three. So that's why it's like if you can start like writing
Mm.
down when you're noticing it, those will actually make it easier for us to like either write down more ads or to like do certain things, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's not like a two-time thing or just a three-time thing. Yeah,
Well, even if it's only two or three times, like if it's two to three times, but every day it's two to three times, like that's really important to note
it's
too, you
different.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different stuff.
So it's kind of like if you can make trend analysis, it will inform our decisions on how to like do something in the future, right? 'Cause, like, yeah, for example, there's a way that you can track ads to see like which ads are like the um most most consistent. Let me see if I can pull it up, for example. I might not let me do this. I can see based on like certain follower ads, which follower ads actually gave us the best like cost per conversation as well as like cost for book call, right? So if I can see that, then it makes everything else so much easier for me because then I can like make better quality decisions based on like, is this thing actually working or is it not really working, but I think it's kind of working just based on that, right? So it's like if we can make really good database decisions, then everything else gets easier. Messaging,
Yeah.
conversation started. Because the hard part about growing a business is that it's not always like linear, like one to one. So for example, um, it's hilarious. If we look at some of these ads, some of them are follower ads, and like we're getting followers for like $5 or $3 a piece, but to actually get them to like start talking to us, it was costing $27, $23, or $16. So that means that out of every, let's say that the lead costs us $4. So 27.59 divided by four. That means out of every six people that would like follow us, only one person would respond to us, right? So I can be like, okay, well maybe the ad is like good at getting followers for a certain cost, but it's not that great for getting like people that actually respond to it. I mean, like maybe the ad doesn't really attract people that really want to do anything. They're just kind of like passively watching stuff. I can also do a type of tracking where I can see like cost per book call, right? Because then I can say, okay, well, maybe this ad is like really expensive per follower, but the followers we get, like they really want to book a call with us. And like we can kind of manipulate the numbers a little more easily to kind of get some stuff going. So that's why it's like, it's cool to like have like feeling of like, okay, well, I kind of feel the leads are kind of off, but if you can like show, hey, every day I'm kind of noticing this pattern or this pattern, and I'm not saying to like look for the pattern, it's just like maybe write notes like, hey, you know, I saw the same rebuttal 3 or 4 times today, and then at the end of the day, you go back and like write down, okay, so this person said it, this person said it, this person said it.
Yeah, this is something that I need to do from now on.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put it on the end of day reports.
cool. Yeah. And then I think over the weekend I started doing some more stuff inside of the inbox on your inbox. I was looking more at some of the old conversations that might not close the same way. So I was really trying to go in there and just be a little bit more aggressive with them as far as like, what's going on, like objection handling. That Evan Lewis guy, I'm trying to see based on him, I think we can maybe wear him down with some video content. But he's really kind of like it looks like hesitant about spending money online for both scam purposes and for like and for maybe something not working. So he's like, I just don't really trust this stuff enough to like invest in it right now. So he didn't do the sales call, and it wasn't because like something you said or anything. It's just he just wasn't really looking to buy anything. So not really bad time. Just means we have to give him some more understanding. So I think your conversation style. Okay, so Moreau, one thing that if you kind of watch like how Jet's doing his Instagram style versus how you're doing Instagram style is slightly differently. So Moreau's getting a lot of people who haven't quite started a bookkeeping business yet. So he generally has to ask two questions. Number one is like, do you have a bookkeeping business? Then number two, like, what's motivating you to kind of start your bookkeeping business? Whereas, for you, it looks like you're getting a lot of people that have started the business, but it looks like you kind of jump the gun and say like, okay, well, what marketing are you using? I probably wouldn't do what marketing you're using. I'd probably ask like how the business is going first, because then they're going to give you some sort of problem, and then once you have the problem, you can really start leveraging it a little bit for better. So hey Bryce, now I'm working on my certification for a professional bookkeeper. Curious, what's motivating you to pursue bookkeeping? Thank you. What do you have about this question? I know what you do, which is why I choose to follow you. I'm not in need of anything additional information at this moment. Okay, so it's not bad. Some, she's a certified professional life coach. What? Oh, that's why. So she's used to having to message people too. So that's kind of why she's asking that question. Um,
Yeah,
I,
that
I
was a different message on. Yeah, I think I saw a different message in that regard. Like, I don't
on
know.
her.
Probably she like unsend it for some reason too. Yeah,
What
because
was your message?
like the thank you. What do you have in mind with these questions? And I know what you do. So that's not the first message that she sent. This was just like, what do you have? Like, why the questions? I don't know. Like, if we unsend it for
With
some reason.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let me.
just different.
well, with
Are you saying?
leads like these,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why my second reply is like not connected based on what you replied.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you didn't do anything wrong here. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
just noticed like it was just different there, just compared to what I saw earlier. So I was like, wait, let's not paste it.
Are you reading
how
the
would
whole?
you how would you tackle this, Bryce, from here?
Um, Probably what I would do is I would probably see because it looks like she's a life coach. I'd be like, okay, cool, yeah, no problem. So I know you do life coaching. What's causing you want to add like the bookkeeping onto it? Like, I mean, you're not going to close everybody. You know what I mean? Like we get like a
Yeah,
lot of our system is very trash leads. You know what I mean?
Mm.
yeah, but that's how we do it. Like we just hit the numbers and then no's and then we get a yes. So it's all good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like there's gonna be some people where it's like they like you can do everything right in the market and they just fall. It's like, oh, I don't know. I just clicked on this thing. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
just like there's some leads where it's like they shouldn't have followed us at this time frame. It looks like based on Jet's profile, the people that are following are like very early stage people, which
Mm,
is
yeah.
very interesting to me. Um, we have one ad that was killing it. Like it was getting like $6 conversations, but it's the ad that got our account disabled. So that's the only reason why I haven't like put that one back up there. And I'm trying to get some ads that are like variations of it. But they haven't seen a hit as well as like what that main one did. So I gotta kind of like figure that out. But yeah, no, you didn't do anything wrong there. Thanks for following this question. But to answer your question, Rose, how I would tackle that person seems very sophisticated. I would probably say, okay, so cool. So you're working certification for a bookkeeper. What's motivating you to pursue bookkeeping? What do you have in mind with these questions? I don't need any additional services. I probably say, oh, no problem. You never know for the future. I see that you're like a professional life coach. What's causing you to want to add bookkeeping as well? And it's like,
Hmm.
whoa, blah, blah. You just keep asking the same question in a slightly different way until she either answers it or she doesn't answer it. That's how I would tackle that one. And then you just have to like let content kind of like mold that person and like change the way they're thinking. But again, but Jed, this is different. This is not necessarily an objection where it's like I'm pursuing
Yeah,
a
yeah.
professional bookkeeping license. Is that
Not really.
okay? So
No,
so
no.
when you're doing your tallies, I would not add that to that list because there are some people that said
Yeah.
I am doing this first before starting. So this is slightly different.
Yeah, there's a different.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool, cool. Does that potentially align with what you like to do? How much does it cost? I'm not sure if another system or process helps, but I don't know any other way. Flyers gain. I guess my introvert personality. and stuff. It's a career change for me. So do you feel if you have the right process and system in place? You love this message for some reason. I don't know why you like that
Yeah, I
message
think
so.
I don't know, it's just much smoother transition to the vehicle.
Well, what's the answer you're hoping for?
This is a yes. Like it's just for them to confirm that yes, I think I need like to solve this problem. And
I,
then
I would
I'm
I
gonna
would
pitch
rather yeah, I would rather ask like okay, so you
what do you
asked
have in
like
mind.
what stopped it from working. Yes, I'd probably be like
Mm,
we said like what's fuel that stopped from working with flyers here. She didn't really answer any of your questions. Like you asked two oh I remember this 'cause I don't like this question where it's like and do you like the result from it? It's not bad. Okay, so what I'm looking for when I'm setting something, I'm looking for them to kind of tell me a pain, and I'm looking for them to kind of like express to themselves that they have the necessary belief in place for me to close them.
mhm.
So it's one level deeper than kind of how what you're doing right now. Not saying that you're doing anything
Like
bad.
for
It's like
example.
you're kind of thinking of the level to book the call. I'm thinking of the level when I'm messaging someone to close them. It just so happens that
Mm,
I talked to him for 45 minutes before asking for money. So like, okay, so think about this. So thanks for following me. Such a unique name. That actually is a unique name. Good job there. If the kid asked their bookkeeping aspiration, but getting more clients since I'm an introvert can be difficult. My mentor wants me to get numbers and names from strangers, pass them out, but I'm scared. I see a lot of approach to get more clients. Is that the only approach your mentor teaches you? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so notice here they have the mentor, right? That's gonna be an objection we have to like face. I'll probably have to disqualify the mentor by the time we get on the phone to kind of see. If he feels like no one knows your business exists, I can understand his point, but I don't believe just a social media post can get all the clients I want word of mouth. That didn't work too much last year. I see. Yeah, man. Besides those methods, have you tried anything else to acquire clients, or that's just it? I have DM potential clients. Well, that's absolutely it. Okay, you said do you like the results you're getting from
yeah.
it?
Do you have any I
That
think I
makes
just
sense.
got it from
Yeah,
NAPQ. Yeah, like
it
do
makes
you
sense. It
like?
makes sense in this context. Yeah, I read it out of context. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so it's not a bad question. Like again, a lot of the stuff is stylistic, so that's not bad. I would have tweaked it, but like instead of saying like, "Do you like the results you're getting for it?" I mean, that's gonna be like no, and then you have to ask this next question anyway. So I'm just like skipping and like, well, what do you feel, stopped it from working?
Mm,
Right? Because now she's like, oh well. So she kind of answered. She answered like but okay. So this is the answer that she gave you for this first question. Do you like the results you're getting from it? She just listed the results she was getting. She didn't answer does she like it or not, right?
yeah.
So you see, like kind of like remember, it's not about the questions you asked, it's about the answers we're getting, right? So she didn't really give you the right answer. She did answer this question, my second question, like what do you feel stopped it from working? I guess my introvert personality and self
Mm,
confidence. It's a career change for me.
I see.
Okay, but okay, so based on what you know now, if you couldn't say this message, what would you say next? Do you feel? Actually, no. Both Morose and Jet, type in the comment section what you would say as a result of this message string, and don't use this message I just highlighted. Like, just type it out and send it to me like individually. Don't put it in like the groups. 'Cause I want each of you to like have your specific answer.
Right.
Mhm. Cool. I saw Morose's answer, Jet David answer too.
And probably.
Okay. Yeah, so let me read Jet's. He just I see, do you feel if you can have more? Okay, so it's interesting. So Monroe's put, what do you think needs to change in order for things to work the way you want? I would probably say the word feel, Monroe's. What
Right?
do you feel? Um, think versus feel on a sales call. Like
Yeah.
if you get them to be feel, it's like more emotional. But yeah, so I like the way you said that. Okay, so what do you feel needs to change in order for things to work the way you want? That's a pretty good one. Also alternatively, like when you say like, have you ever heard of evergreen marketing? That's I like that transition too. Um, yeah, so both of those are actually are good ones, Rose. Um, Jet said, I see. Do you feel if you could have more self-confidence by having a more suited approach for your introvert personality, would that help you get clients and grow your business? You like getting a lot of yes no's, don't you? When you talk, right?
Not really, just before the vehicle, specifically.
I see.
Or I
But
guess
yeah,
just,
'cause
just yeah, just before the vehicle, most.
yeah. I mean, but okay, so that's the next thing. Why do you feel you have to make the vehicle so overt?
Come again?
So overt means like, hey, I have this thing. Do you want to buy? It's almost like, so do you notice this? How she kind of put up like sales resistance? How much does it cost?
Mm,
Right. So it kind of went into you sold her too early. So
yeah.
first we have to hook her on what it actually is before she asks the price. Like I don't mind to ask the price after we kind of talk about what it is. But I'm not gonna have her ask the price before we even like said that we have something to sell her, you know? So the reason why is I actually have a four-step plan that I'm using, which made my accounting firm grow for the last 9 years. Perhaps you want to know about it. How much does it cost? Okay, that's sales resistance. So instead, how I'd probably do is kind of like how you said with how you said with Monroe, like,
Can you send that
yeah,
message on the everyone chat just so I could
yeah.
see it? Yeah.
Just, so, but again, this is a bigger. You're almost looking for permission to pitch your thing, right? Is that kind of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
seems to be like what you're trying to do. But why
Yes,
do you need permission to
exactly.
pitch?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you don't need to like get so much permission to like to shoot it. Like,
Mm,
oh, do you want help? I mean, because what are they gonna say? Like, no? Like that's the alternative, right? It's either like a yes or no problem, but that means 50% of the time they're gonna say no, or in this case, they're gonna be like, well, I don't know, I'm not sure. Like they don't actually know,
mm,
right? So then the next thing would be like to give them a suggestion, like I guess like, well, what do you feel is missing? But she's kind of already told you what she feels. We're kind of past that stage. So the next thing is to give a recommendation. It's like, hey man, you ever
have you
you ever
heard?
tried this? You ever tried this? She's
Mm,
like, no, what's that? Right? Because when she asks what's that, now she's asking you to picture, right?
yeah, that's
And
where I pitch
now,
the vehicle.
yeah. And then when
Oh,
you
I
go into your
understand.
fourth step, yeah. And now if she asks like how much does this cost, it's like it's actually not a bad thing because she potentially wants to buy this thing,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
And then this
yeah,
is
we can
not
explore
bad
that.
since you said yeah, I'm just gonna give an overview just so you understand it first. You cool with that? That's not bad. I actually do like this. I mean, that's kind of like a Grant Cardone method where it's like just treat it as kind of a complaint first and kind of push through your process and then do it. So that's good there. If the person asks like the cost two times, then I'll handle the objection where it's like, the 2 to 7. But since she only did it one time, that's not bad. Because
Yeah.
that allows what you want to do. She hasn't had a chance to read it, it looks like. So last time she looked was 2:25 p.m. Okay, so that's not bad. But yeah, you're not looking permission to sell. You're looking for almost like you're just sharing something cool that you do that no one else does.
Yeah.
That's the great mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna use that.
yeah. Because also remember, Jet, it's not about them buying a program, it's about them doing the stuff that's needed in order to go and move their business forward.
This forward.
Right. That's how all objection handling generally boils down to when you're doing it correctly. Right. It's like in order for someone to have success in life, there's a certain set of principles and things they have to do. It just so happens that one of those things along the line towards success is that you invest in courses. And you don't just invest in one course, you invest in as many as it takes to get successful. Which I mean, I don't know if that's actually true in life. I'm not a billionaire, so I don't know if that's true, but it does serve me at this moment in time to tell people that. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. Makes
And
sense.
then also, when you can also say where it's like you're not really trying to force someone to buying something, but you can then just say like, I don't know if that's the truth, but it's what's worked for me. It kind of makes it even more convincing because it's just like, you're not claiming to know everything. It's just this is what's worked in my life, what I've
Yeah.
experienced and seen from other people. Cool. Nothing, absolutely right. And then nothing in life is free.
Oh.
It's not a
Mm,
bad line.
bro, you not financially qualified?
Not bad. I want to become a bridesman. I want to start one next year though. What's money to start a bookkeeping business? Okay, nice. Actually, I know people in my circle that are earning good in CPA. Curious how long would you want to start something? I've heard that too. I'm like, oh, it's nice if I don't have to have it. I want to start recently. Just haven't had the resources. Okay, I know what you're trying to do here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this was a good I mean you're thinking in the right direction. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do whether it's willing
This?
versus able, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the right way to do that, or the right thought process. How we did it would be a little different in this particular case. But yeah, but good. I mean, dude, at least your instincts are becoming a little better in that case because this was the right move to do. Which I mean, I think both you and Moroz are kind of understands like so your instincts are correct. It's just like maybe the execution is how I'd probably tweak this.
Yeah.
So
The wording.
um it's more of like so keep in mind like I keep repeating this to you guys and it's like I'm gonna say it slightly different this time. So it's all about the answer you get, but you can word a phrase or a sentence in a way that will get a different answer. So you know what I mean? So it's like yes, the funds play a major role in it, but also I don't know where to start. Like I know I'm needing software, but like it's the order of how to get started that's getting me. Okay, so I mean, in this case, it was the right question. Makes sense. Let's say you potentially could get the skills to get started so that you could get clients to make money. Would you be willing to be resourceful for it? I mean, dude, this is good. Like this is actually a really good conversation. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from
So
here on out, I think she's like financially disqualified from this point because like,
no, no, not
or
necessarily.
not really.
Not necessarily. I mean, so willing versus able. Okay, so
That's when I know financially I'm not ready right now. She's willing, but okay, yeah, willing versus able.
well, no, 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 no. She didn't say that she's not financially ready. She said I also don't want to stress about it when I know I'm financially not ready now.
Mm,
So she's willing to be a resource to invest in herself, but she doesn't want to stress. So when I'm on the phone with her, we can probably reconstruct what stress means. She could be thinking that stress is a bad thing, but really, what we could say is, your body doesn't know the difference between stress, anxiety, or excitement, right? So we can use those emotions to fuel us forward to go and like reach our goal. So it might feel nervous in the moment, but if you want to get where to do it, it's okay to be nervous sometimes. Does that kind of make sense? I'll be like, yeah, it does. I'll be like, so what do you need to do in order to like make sure you can go and get your good? So like that's not necessarily a bad thing because she is willing. And depending on who it is, like we could potentially find a way to like break that up or like get like wise if she has some money. So I don't know. We'll kind of see. So she's a mom of four. She's a wife, master grad, balancing books, family, and faith. I would probably book her. You don't necessarily need to take her to a four-step stage. I would say, well, if you want, maybe we can set aside some time to this week. We can maybe help you set up a plan for what it would look like to get started. And if it makes sense, maybe we could work together. That I would not use that line on every prospect because you already have a good part in place. But for this prospect, I'd probably go like more compassionate route and be like, well, maybe even if it's not quite the right time, right? I I don't know how you'd word it specifically for like this situation, what you would do, but it would be okay in this situation to come across a bit more empathetic. When booking her for a call. Um, you could maybe book this particular person with me for a call. Yeah, probably book. I would say something along those lines, like if you're willing to be resourceful, then maybe we can take a look at like what it would look like to work together or something and help you get started. And then yeah, give her the link to book the call or whatever. Okay, so that's not bad there. I'm gonna start her. Yeah, book this one specifically with me because I can give more flexible options what the closing team can in this particular case. But I'm not well introduced with bookkeeping, so I'd like to learn more. I see. This person from the Philippines?
Possibly.
It's not bad, not a bad thing. I'm just asking. So we teach bookkeeping inside of our course, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And, just curious, what made you follow my content in the first place? That's okay to ask, of course. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Scroll Ilona up and you can do. Yeah. There.
Alona.
There.
Okay.
Yeah. If you
What's a
could.
property count in Brooklyn, maybe in the future? Seems like you're what? I wouldn't confirm that. I'd be like,
Yeah. I should have
um,
challenged it more.
well, I wouldn't confirm because you want to confirm things that move them closer to the sale. You don't confirm things that move them away from the sale,
Away.
right?
Yeah.
So if you said, and you're possibly looking to have your own bookkeeping sooner rather than later, yeah, I'd want it to be sooner. Okay, yeah. So it seems like you're ready to get started. Yeah. If she says, maybe later, I'm not gonna say, okay, so you want to get started later. I just reinforce that she's gonna get started later. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, what's stopping you from doing it sooner?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
In future, why do you see? Okay, so this is the right answer. This is the right thing to ask. I probably would have like instead of confirming this, I would have put this ahead.
Head.
The process,
Yeah.
what if you don't start? I need more experience. I said, how long have you been doing your property accounting career? Okay, so you said more than enough. You have to be more empathetic with that in the opening,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in order for you to change someone's belief, you need to kind of feel like it's their opinion, not
There's.
just your opinion.
How would you
3
word
years,
it?
okay, I'd be like, that's a pretty good amount
Is
of
it
time.
bad? Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
because she didn't say that that she cares with the CPA. The thing is about like how much experience you actually need. And what does actual experience look like? So 3+ years, that yeah, if you can, I would probably maybe like delete
Leap.
this
Yeah.
first message, and like the second message is actually good. Yeah, the second message is good. I like that. Um, but yeah, I'd have a more empathetic opening message here. So be like, I mean, 3 years is a pretty good amount of time. Um, yeah, 3 years is a pretty good amount of time. Do you feel that it's only the experience? 3 years is a pretty good amount of time. Like when you say you need more experience, like how much more experience do you need? And then she'll be like, probably 3 years. Like, well, why not, 10 years? Why not 15?
10 years.
Right? And then she'd be like, well, I don't need that much. Like, well, I guess what is the right amount? What is the right amount of experience for you? She'd be like, well, I don't really know. It's like, okay, well, that kind of suggests is maybe it's not an experience gap. Maybe it's a confidence gap, right? And then that's when you ask this question,
Mm,
right? But you just tried you basically just condensed the objection handling sequence into like 30 seconds when it should have probably been like more messages.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you see how I came and asked this question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how long you been doing the accounting career for, right? Because I'm trying to see what is her beliefs behind experience. And
Experience.
I'm gonna try and dismantle it, right? Because it's like, okay, well, 3+ years. Well, some people, have gotten the business started in 1+ year. Okay, so I mean, 3 years is a long time. That's more than a lot of people who, have started their business. How much experience do you feel that you need? Or how much more experience do you feel that you need? Because then what she's gonna unravel is like, oh, well, maybe it's not really the experience. Maybe it's I just don't know what to do to start one. Or I'm just scared.
Mm.
Okay, it's okay to ask, of course.
So for people who have like confidence gaps, like it's like it's different when it comes to experience, skill set. It's different as well. There's
Yeah.
confidence.
Well, the thought process behind if someone wants to get a CPA versus someone doesn't have enough experience, those are kind of two different scenarios.
Yeah.
Like some people might just want to like bolster their career.
I see.
Don't
So
know.
what's with our offer that's gonna like solve that particular problem for them or that particular gap? They say confidence, like, cause like it's not like tangible in
How
that
much
sense.
how much confidence wait, say it one more time. Like how do you do what with confidence?
Yeah, like what's with our offer that's gonna solve their confidence? Cause like it's not like tangible in
I mean,
particular.
yeah, so you give an intangible option. We're gonna give you confidence. So like so first you gotta figure out like what's making them unconfident. Is they think that they can't do the work? Is it think that they don't know how to do enough of the work? Is that they just think that they can't run a business? And then whatever they say, you just say we're gonna do the opposite of that. We're gonna give you the opposite. So okay, I don't know how to do bookkeeping. Okay, so yeah, part of our program is we teach you how to do bookkeeping so you gain more confidence. Like you can make up a deliverable
Okay.
inside Messenger. Like just make up a deliverable that seems reasonable or just that will work. I can always clean up on the sales call, right?
Okay.
Either myself or the other person. Because like we're gonna say the vehicle on the sales call pretty much the same way. And if they have any like weird like misconceptions, we'll just reform their misconception on the call.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
cool. Um, Person said, "Are you in Canada, Moreau?" Just say no. I have a lot of people I've helped in Canada for the second part. So you can answer this first thing. But then just say for like the Canada thing, just like I've helped a lot of people in Canada. Person said, "I'm looking for a job. This person is probably disqualified. PhD in a wow." I'll switch over to your inbox, Morose. Hey, I'm actually accounting experience 10 years plus. Awesome, dude. Who cares? That's not the question we asked. What service do you offer? You can handle it however you want. An accountant working for a company also wanted to have some bookkeeping clients independently. Nice. What's what do you say, Jet? What's your phrase? What inspired you?
What's motivating you? Yeah, motivating.
Motivated you to start. Uh, he has to do a bookkeeping business. Okay, cool. So you are getting a lot of people that own a bookkeeping business, Maros. That's good. I would attack that. Yes, I'm accounting. Yes, I do. Blah blah. Yeah, go and attack these. Um, don't have any business. Suggest I am an accountant. I want to learn, enhance my skills. I mean, this guy would not be relevant, Rose, if he doesn't want to start a business. Um, Part of the challenge with your account, Rose, is you're gonna get people from like India, and sometimes like they're a little more unpredictable in like why they'll do certain things. So like for example, I had someone when we were like advertising towards Brazil, they literally just followed me just because they wanted to learn English. So just listen to my videos to like learn English. It's just like that's not what the ad said at all. The ad's about growing a business. So Zfast said no. Any plan to start
So
this
random.
year? Yeah, right. Emails pitching. Okay, this guy's disqualified. Moves to online marketing. We tried evergreen marketing. This person hasn't opened their email yet. It's not bad. Bookkeeping. Yeah, some rows. Like it's I think it's too early to talk about like pitching for clients. Like let's try and get to know them a little bit more first. Like just go the problem first route.
Mm.
Um, yeah, because like in some cases they might have a slightly different problem. They might not tell you the full extent of the problem unless you get them talking first. So cool out of my
How is it
strategy.
going so far?
Yeah. How's it going so far? For me, I used to ask a leading question, which is like I would ask a leading question that I know like 90% of people don't have, which is like if it's around like April, May, June, July, I would ask like, how did the busy season go for you? Right? Did you get a
Mm.
huge amount of monthly clients? It's like, did you get a huge amount? Like, no one gets a huge amount of monthly clients.
Yeah.
So it's like 90% of the time, I know I'm going to get a no. Right. But you guys are a little bit more sophisticated than that. So you don't necessarily have to ask that question. You can kind of ask it more indirectly, which like, how are things going? They'll tell you, oh, it's going okay. And it's like, okay, what would you improve about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's say
Which,
they said let's say they said like it's going good, and then it's okay if we're gonna ask like, did you like the speed of your business going for the last X amount of years, or do
I
you think
would
it's not
probably,
fast to be?
I would probably ask something along the lines of, because, okay, so they say it's good. You need to find a problem.
Yeah,
So the
just like you're
problem could
finding.
be yeah, so the problem could be speed, but again, I want it to be their idea. So I used to do something like that. I was like, oh well, are you happy with like the speed of growth? And like that'll kind of get a yes, it'll kind of get a no. I think if you could, I mean, the why did you follow my account? It's like it sounds like business is going really well. It's like, what inspired you to follow my account? That one seems to be backfiring for you because they're like, oh, I just like your content.
Yeah, yeah, it backfired.
I mean,
It's in the back.
yeah, most people aren't just gonna like, follow you just because they like, your content. You know what I mean? Like there has to be a reason why someone's gonna like want to do it. So an alternative you could probably ask is like, okay, if they say business is good, um, you could do the two truths, right? You remember two truths from NAPQ? It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, what do you like about it? And then it's like, oh, well, I love the being able to get the clients to be able to do it. It's like, oh, cool. Like, what would you change about it if you could?
Mhm.
That'd probably be
Let's
how I
say,
ask
yeah,
that.
I have
Do
a
you guys
specific.
follow
I couldn't
NEPQ
remember.
sales?
What
That's how
was
we
that?
going. Yeah, I was asking, do you
Yeah,
guys follow the NEPQ frameworks as well?
It looks like Murrow's like using that one. I use a hybrid NAPQ approach.
yeah, hybrid.
Okay.
Um,
I've
yes.
I have a friend. His name is Chris, and he was my coach from NEPQ. Like Jeremy Miner's seventh level company,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've spent like a month and a half learning directly from him. So if we need anything regarding our setting style, like changing our setting style, like kind of
Mhm.
reviewing our stuff, I can reach out to him and ask some advice.
Okay. Yeah. How are you feeling on your sales consultation calls? Would you ever want to take consultation calls?
What was that?
So how are you feeling on your consultation call skills? Do you think in the future you'd want to do sales calls?
Yeah, absolutely,
Cool,
absolutely.
cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so that's how I would probably do that. Jet. It's like
Yes.
it's like in 10 minutes I have to get going. You got to get going soon, guys. I have a doctor's or dentist appointment in like 10 minutes, so I'm probably gonna last thing and I'll have to dip out. But yeah, yeah, just if something's good, use a two truths, right? Because I mean that's not necessarily a bad prospect. Like maybe it could be that they need to learn how to get higher paying clients. Maybe it could be that they got all their clients through word of mouth, but it's not growing any further. Maybe it's kind of growing, but they're just frustrated it's not growing fast enough. Maybe it's going good, but good means they have like three clients, but they're not full time with it. Right? It's just a million different problems they could do. It's just they are maybe just kind of like hiding from you what their real problems are.
Yeah, because I can't like really remember the specific lead, but he said like, yeah, I think I just need to improve my SOP so that I could hire more people.
So,
That's after I asked the two truths question. So I'm like kind of lost.
yeah, I mean
Because
that might not be a prospect that's looking to
yeah,
to grow their business, right?
grow their
Like the way that
business.
we're helping them.
So with that, we're just gonna send them to your YouTube channel, I guess. Or
Yeah, probably. I mean, like if it's SLPs, we can kind of help them with that. But I mean, it's just like ideally we get someone who it's like they're looking to grow their business.
mm,
Like ideally, because then we don't really have to like adjust the program at all. Just come in and like it's just easy money. So it just kind of depends. Oh yes, I gotta get going.
Right.
Good speaking. Okay, let's keep up the good work, guys. Let's go attack this thing. Okay, talk to you guys soon.
All right. Bye.
all right,
Bye,
bye.
Jet.
Yes.
Bye, bro.